Hi, hello, good morning educators. My name is Ara Janelle Ibarita Labrador from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English 2A. So in this lesson, I will be talking about the bilingual education and the bilingual education policy or BAP in the Philippines. So our learning objectives is by the end of this lesson, students should be able to define the concept of bilingual education and explain what it means to be bilingual. Identify and describe the different types of bilingual education models, which we have transitional, two-way or dual language, and late exit or developmental. Explain the benefits and issues related to bilingual education in various contexts. Discuss the main features and goals of the 1974 bilingual education policy in the Philippines. Differentiate between bilingualism and diglossia and describe the four possible language situations in a community. Analyze the importance of maintaining proficiency in both Filipino and English for national identity and global communication. Appreciate the role of bilingual education in promoting cultural pride, literacy, and national unity. Let's start. So, what is bilingual education? So, bilingual education is a form of education in which information is presented to the students in two or more languages. Technically, any educational system that utilizes more than one language is bilingual. Okay, so again, the bilingual education is a type of education where students taught using two or more language. Any schools that use more than one language to teach is considered bilingual. Okay, next. Bilingual as a noun. So a person who can speak two languages is considered a noun as a bilingual. Bilingual as an adjective. Speaking two language fluently or describe someone who speaks two language fluently is considered adjective as an bilingual. So how does someone become bilingual? So there are many ways someone can become bilingual. Many people who are bilingual have acquired two languages from their early childhood, or others learn in a second language as they grow older or go to school. They can adopt or they can learn another language as their second language. So that's what we called bilingual, or they become bilingual. Several types of bilingual education models. So we have the transitional bilingual education. So what is it? It teaches students language and literacy skills in their native language, followed by strategic secondary language instruction implementation. So students first learn their native or what we call first language. Then they slowly move to learning in a second language, for example, English. So that's what we call transitional or transition from native language to the second language. Next, we have the two-way language or dual language bilingual education. Is an educational program in which students learn academic content in the partner language. Students are taught subject using language equally. For example, some lessons are in English, others in Filipino. Last, we have the late exit or developmental bilingual education. It is also called maintenance bilingual program. Provide a balanced combination of academic instruction in students' first language and English. So students continue learning in both their first language and English for several years. So, we have here the benefits of bilingual education. It can help every individual to have an opportunity to learn and understand things using two or more language. It can also help us, students, understand lessons better because they can learn in a language they already know. It preserves children's sense of pride in the language, allowing them to move freely in an English language dominant society while retaining an important link to their cultural and linguistic heritage. So, it can keep their cultural identity and pride in their native language. It can also make it as easier to live and work in an English-speaking society while still valuing Filipino culture, our culture. So the bilingual has benefits, but it has also an issues. So what are the issues of bilingual education? Language of children in the classroom. So the children might think or like confuse what language they can use inside the classroom. Language balance. Keeping a balance between two language. Language allocation. Deciding how much time to use for each language. Because since you are bilingual, you know two language, so it's inevitable for you to switch language. The role of the parents. The role of parents in supporting learning both language. The effectiveness of bilingual education. Checking if the program is really effective. Next is we have the 1974 bilingual education policy in the Philippines. The bilingual education program of the Philippines, or BAP, where English is the medium of instruction in science and mathematics, and Filipino or Filipino, the national language, in all other subjects, has been recognized as one of the earliest comprehensive bilingual education experiments in the world. The BAP or Bilingual Education Policy was institutionalized in 1974, and since then, it has been the broad framework of the educational system in the country. Prior to 1974, English had been practically the sole medium of instruction in the Philippines since 1901, when the public education system was put in place by the Americans. The policy was first implemented in 1974 when DECS issued Department Order Number 25, 1974, titled Implementing Guidelines for the Policy on Bilingual Education. Bilingual education in the Philippines is defined operational as the separate use of Filipino and English as the medium of instruction in specific subject area. The policy on bilingual education aims at the achievement of competence in both Filipino and English at the national level through the teaching of both language and their uses as media of instructions at all levels. The regional language shall be used as auxiliary language in grade 1 and 2. So, started in 1974 by Department of Education or DECS through Department Order Number 25, 1974, the program uses English for science and mathematics, Filipino for all other subjects, and before this policy, only English was used to teach in schools. So that's all for my part, and Miss Hian will continue discussing about the bilingual education policy. Thank you so much for listening and have a good day ahead.